Hi everyone, my name's Rebecca Smith and I am the University of Kent's Aspire Project Officer based in the Kent Business School. Aspire is a fantastic opportunity for you to either start your own business or develop entrepreneurial skills. And on the next slide, I can tell you more about that. Fantastic. So as I say, the Aspire is here to provide you with help and support if you're interested in starting your own business. But in the wider sense, also, we help you to develop entrepreneurial skills, which I believe are really exciting to have in life, but particularly in employment, because the kind of skills which entrepreneurs use when they're being successful are the ones that you need to be a successful employee as well. We run several programs. One is the business startup journey. We also are involved in the the self-employed year in industry, known as the Selfies program. And also, if you're a tier 4 student, you can apply for endorsement to stay in the UK and run your own business here on the startup visa. So on the next slide, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about business startup journey. As Steve said just now, it's a co-curricular program. So it's organized in conjunction with your alongside your study. It's something that you can opt to do and take part in. And over 15 weeks, what we're doing is we're giving you a blueprint, a guide to how to start your own business, taking you from the stages of how we find an idea, how we develop and test that idea, through to how you can launch that in the marketplace. It's a really exciting opportunity. And this is how we do it on the next slide. There's a series of really interactive workshops where we're taking you through, as I say, those stages of how you look at starting a business. So we look at how do we find ideas by understanding problems in the world around us? How can we take those ideas and start to test them in the marketplace, test them with our potential customers and users, and then how we can build marketing plans, financial plans, so we can really begin to understand what our business will look like and feel like in the real world. And on the next slide, alongside the workshops we have is the opportunity to really be practical, really test our ideas. We talk about real world testing, this really good complement to your academic study, because we're not just talking about how we do things, we're getting you to build actual physical prototypes in the university's makerspace, which is called the Shed. We run pop-up markets where you can bring your product or your service and start to get real live feedback from people. We look at how we can build MVP websites or apps so you can show your idea, and using social media to develop a profile and start to really interact with your consumers. If you join the Aspire, you'll see on the next slide, these sustainable development goals are really important to us, going back to what Steve was talking about. We want our startup businesses and our entrepreneurs to really understand the importance of impacting positively on the planet and the world around us. And we use the Sustainable Development Goals in lots and lots of different ways, from the problem solving aspect of it, how can we make a positive impact on some of these areas, but also looking at how we can bring them into any startup business. So if you come to the Aspire, you're going to see these goals everywhere and really learn a lot about them. Alongside the workshops we run, on the next slide, you're going to meet the Aspire team. And there's the opportunity to work with our Aspire entrepreneurs in residence. Joe's an expert in innovation, looking at how we can really start to uncover what lies at the heart of problems and create really great innovative solutions. Karen is an expert in investment and finance, will help you to understand how to build an investable business, if that's something that you need to do in order to launch your business. And Kelvin is an experienced business person. He works in lots and lots of different areas and really talks through that practical side of how you start a business. They're not the only people who you'll be interacting with on our programs. And on the next slide, you can meet some of our mentors. They work in so many different areas. It's really not possible to list them all on this slide, but everything from fashion to finance, tech, retail, food and drink, all those areas are covered with our amazing mentor pool. And they're not just based in the UK either. We've got an international pool of mentors. The guy on the bottom in the middle, he's Akash, and he's based in Silicon Valley, and brings that really interesting perspective from a global point of view. The workshops and one-to-one support is not the only aspect of what we do in Aspire. And on the next slide, you can see that we offer what we call experience days, where we will go out and we will immerse ourselves in a particular experience. So we go to places like the Design Museum in London, which is just a fantastic place, or we'll go out and we'll work with creative and artists to understand how they see the world and how they create solutions to problems. Really, really great experience, and made possible by our funding through our partners with Santander University. On the next slide, you can see that there's even more to get involved with in the Aspire. And we have a whole program of talks and workshops which help you to engage with and understand the world of entrepreneurship and startups. So we'll invite our graduates in to talk about how they started their business. We recently ran a workshop about how we can use drama techniques to develop our problem solving skills. And we have inspiring entrepreneurs such as Mick Jackson, who's standing in front of the 1 Million Lives scheme screen. And he's just a fantastic entrepreneur who set up a business which is just changing the world around him. And we want you to be really inspired by all these people and learn from them. So that's a little bit about the business startup journey. And on the next slide, I'm just going to show you a little bit about what the Selfies program is about. As I said before, it's a pathway within the year in industry, but rather than going and working within a company for a year, what you'll be doing is you'll be starting your own business and running your own business for a year. You'll be supported by the Aspire every step of the way. There's one-to-one support for you, and also we get together on a monthly basis to talk about what we're learning. We go to some really, really cool places. We went to the Samsung shop in London, which is just a completely different retail experience. We tap into our alumni network and we go and we talk to them and we learn from them about how they've done it. And we also go to things like trade shows and expos to really immerse ourselves in the world of business and really understand what that's all about. It's a fantastic opportunity. And on my final slide, just a little bit more about Startup Visa endorsement. So, as I say, if you're a Tier 4 student and you're interested in staying in the UK after you graduate, subject to meeting the Home Office criteria of your business proposition having innovation, scalability and job creation in the UK market, we are as a university able to endorse you to take up that opportunity. That's a little bit about what we do in the Aspire. I hope you found it interesting. Please do put any questions in the chat function and I would love to answer them. I hope to see you at the University of Kent soon. Thank you very much.